moving forward as Carson Wentz as our quarterback.
On second down, they will run it and run it. They will to Sanders. Big run. He's still on his feet. Miles Sanders. It's a foot race to the 30. Can he go all the way? The answer is yes.
You've got a player right here on the defense. Zach Ertz gets down there. That's just well blocked. And now you've got a shot. A good stiff arm right there on Malcolm Jenkins, number 27. That was your last line of defense, and now it's a foot race to the end zone.
Sanders has had some long...
Yeah, I know. I just love this jacket. And it's your boy, Mizzy Miss Cool Cat on YouTube representing the Birds. This game against the Saints is important because a win gets you to the playoffs because you got a tiebreaker against Carolina. You got a tiebreaker against the Falcons. You beat the Saints and then you beat the Jets and the rest of your division, you're in the wild card spot. You're in the playoffs. But first you got to beat the Saints. And you did it last year. You beat the Saints last year. How did you do it? You ran the ball. You ran Booby and you ran Jalen freaking Hurts. You ran the ball on those two. I get it, Doug Peterson was there at the time. I get it. But you ran the ball. Both Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts both had 100+ rushing yards. The Saints haven't given that up in 9 seasons. 9 years. You ran the ball on them, put 100+ yards rushing for both Miles and Jalen Hurts, and you won the game. Just like this year, Cam Jordan was on the team. Just like this year, Malcolm Jenkins was on the team. You put 100+ yards rushing on their butts with Miles and Jalen Hurts, and you beat the Saints. This year, same place, same time, same opponent. Do it again. It ain't going to be quiet for the Saints either. Eagles Nation will be in the building. And I heard it's going to be a little chilly, so it's going to be a little cold for the Saints. 100+ yards rushing on them. You threw the ball a couple of times. You threw the ball on them. You threw to Alshon Jeffrey. You threw to Rager. You threw it to Quaz. You threw it to a couple of your wide receivers. You threw it to Zach and Goddard. That game plan last year against the Saints better be the same game plan this year. And yeah, the Saints will probably be doing their homework. They'll be watching the tape from last year and this season, and they'll see what Jalen Hurts can do and what he can't do. But still, run the ball. 100+ yards rushing, Miles and Jalen on their butts. Let's go. That should be the game plan. Because it was the game plan last year against the Saints. That should be the game plan. You beat the Saints. Smooth sailing. We'll talk about the playoffs in another video, by the way. You beat the Saints. You got a tiebreaker on all three teams that's looking for a wild card spot. You got a tiebreaker on Carolina. You got a tiebreaker on the Falcons. You beat the Saints, you got a tiebreaker on them. Tomorrow, you better be in the film room watching tape of the game against the Saints last year when Miles and Jalen went off. Because that should be the game plan. That should be the game plan. If that ain't the game plan, if what I saw against the Broncos ain't the game plan, then something is freaking wrong with you. Something is bleeping wrong with you if against the Broncos and against the Saints last year, that ain't your game plan. Something is bleeping wrong with you. Learn from last year. Learn from last year. You faced the Saints. 100 yards rushing on the butts. Watch the game last year. That should be